Seattle Showgirl here with My Education. Hello.
Hi.
We're here at Chinooks.
Right here on the beautiful waterfront, looking out at the boats and the water and the ships. We had a really good show last night. A bunch of people showed up. Joy Wants Eternity rocked the house. You May Die in the Desert were really good, and I like the Silhouettes also. It was a good night.
Nice. So, what spot are you on your tour right now?
This is halfway. This is pretty much the halfway point. We started in Dallas a week ago and go to Portland tonight, and then on to San Francisco and on down the coast, and then winding our way back to Texas. So we're pretty much at our farthest point out here. So now we're going to wind it around and come back.
Oh, cool. Look at the boys just got some oysters that will be shucking.
We're enjoying the seafood bounty of the Pacific Northwest.
I know.
Delicious
Chinooks
oysters.
is a wonderful place to live. On a Saturday morning.
They have some exotic oysters from different bays here. They even tell you which bays they're from.
Oh, yeah?
And I have little forks for you.
Well, let me ask you, so you're touring in support of Sunrise.
Right.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, about 2 years ago, we were approached by the Alamo Drafthouse, which is a cinema in Austin, to do a live movie score. The band had previously done one about 3 years before that for a Japanese anime film called Angel's Egg. And I guess the Drafthouse liked that one, so they approached us to do another one. And we batted some ideas around as far as which movie to do. Finally, we decided on Sunrise. We considered about 4 or 5 films and decided to go with Sunrise because we'd always heard that it was one of the great silent films that doesn't seem to get a lot of acclaim, not as much as the more well-known ones like Metropolis or Nosferatu. And it worked out really well. It's a great movie. So we came up with a score for it, and it seemed to be a pretty big success, so we decided to go ahead and record the music that we wrote for it. We wrote a bunch of new stuff for it, and then we rearranged some of our existing pieces to fit in different scenes in the movie. And we had been working on an album of original song material. Then we were thinking about using some of the movie music and some of the songs. We decided that would be stupid. We decided we'd separate them and do an album of all the movie music. So since we went ahead and released the album of movie music, we've been doing the film now. We did the film a couple of times. We did it in LA once, we did it in Chicago, we did it in New Orleans. So we've got a couple of, don't talk about St. Louis.
Don't talk about St. Louis.
We've done it in several different cities, and it's always gone over really well. So when we booked this tour, we booked the movie shows in a few different cities. So we're going to do the last one at the Bootleg Theater in LA on the 15th. And that'll pretty much be it. I think we'll be done with the movie after that.
Cool.
Unless somebody wants to pay us.
Unless somebody wants to pay us
$10,000.
huge amounts of money.
$10,000. Do it at your private party. Do it at your wedding.
Yeah, bar mitzvahs.
Any juicy bits coming in your future?
Other than getting back to work on our album of song-oriented material that's this whole Sunrise project interrupted, we don't have a lot of plans for the future at the moment.
Talk about the Noise Side Project.
The what?
Talk about the Noise Side Project.
The Noise Side Project?
Why don't you tell us about the Noise Side Project?
Well, we're talking about
We recreate the first Noise album live and with DJs spinning krautrock at a club in Austin.
Oh yeah, so you gave me that vinyl last night, Chris, from that Split, or the one where the... Why don't you take this and tell me about it?
And what you got last night was a copy of the Sunrise vinyl, which we hope to encourage you to buy a record player at this point. And also the My Education versus Dalek split, which is a recording of the song Spiegel, I'm the Spiegel. What's the origin of Spiegel on the Spiegel again?
Spiegel in Spiegel.
Spiegel
Mirrors in mirrors.
Spiegel in Spiegel, mirrors in mirrors.
Frequently appears on movie soundtracks.
Written by Harold
The Estonian composer.
Eastern European composer.
There you go. Famous for his use of tintinnabulation.
So did you get all of that? That's the extra details I didn't have on Spiegel.
Why don't you tell us again real quick?
They're gonna have to recap that for you. But the flip side is Dalek actually doing a remixed version of Spiegel on Spiegel
With a rap, with an original.
with rap. This is a New York DJ, rap artist, based off of the Doctor. No, I don't think that's true. Not a Doctor Who reference, apparently. That's all I know about it. It's true.
Dalek is a pretty adventurous hip-hop, sort of experimental avant-garde hip-hop. They've collaborated with Faust. Speaking of krautrock, they've collaborated with Faust, the German krautrock band.
Oh, that was good.
Definitely left field experimental type hip-hop and stuff. It's really good.
Just like Twister.
So how did you guys come to do hip hop with post rock? What's up with that?
That was the idea of our former label person, Chris Steiner from 30 Gress Records.
Take it away.
Chris Steiner from 30 Gress Records was a big Dalek fan, and he had put out some of our records. He met him at a show, and he talked to them, and they started talking, and he talked to them about doing this kind of collaboration thing, and they're into that. They do that with other bands. So we went down to their Denver studios, which they just moved into in Union City, New Jersey, a few years ago, and they didn't have their air conditioner in. It was in the middle of a heat wave, so we carried our gear up there. It's like 120 degrees in the studio. We set everything up, played this track, Spiegel and Spiegel, which is a cover of a classical piece, and just told them, do what you want to with it. So a while later, they handed it back to us, and they put our original, just untouched recording on one side, and then they completely reinterpreted it, like just chopped it up, sampled it, and what's his name? Octopus? Olip is the rapper. He came up with an original thing. It's really tripped out. It's a beautiful use of the music. It doesn't sound like anything else you've ever heard before, at least anything I've ever heard before.
Cool.
It makes an awesome little record.
Whoa.
And straight artwork by celebrity Portland artist Eric Gibbons on the cover.
Oh snap.
EricGibbons.com. Former bass player of My Education, and now
He did the art for all of our first four records.
He's gonna let you hold that for him.
Nice to watch that.
So we got our food, so we'll go ahead and cut this short. But tell us where people can find you going forward on your tour.
Well, let's see. Portland's the next stop. Then we go to San Francisco, then to LA.
The special show there, the video for Sunrise.
Right, that's the movie show. And then we're playing San Diego with the Radar Brothers. And then we go to Albuquerque, and then Tucson, and then home. And then our next Austin show isn't until July. We're going to have playing some shows in July. Oh, Flagstaff. I'm sorry. Flagstaff, and then Albuquerque. Flagstaff, Albuquerque. And we're not going to play again until July.
So we better make sure that we catch you while we can.
Indeed.
And buy vinyls.
Right. And our website is myeducationmusic.com, and then you can find us on Facebook and MySpace and all the other usual
Social
spots.
networking sites.
Did you tell them about the awesome Wiley Wiggins on the Alan Lane video?
Oh, right, we just had a video. Wiley Wiggins, who's an actor probably best known for his work with Richard Linklater. He just did a video for us for the track on Man Alone from Sunrise. And then we have another one that I mentioned in the works with Nick Smith, who did the Oculus Project videos for the theme track, Sunrise. The title track.
So happy.
Thank you.
Great. Well, we'll be sure to check that out.
Excellent.
Thank you so much, My Education.
Thank you.
Breakfast time.